This is not the kind of video I wanted to be making today, and especially to introduce my cat, Wink, and I guess a goodbye to him as well. I'm going to try to do this video without crying. I've already recorded this once before and you just literally couldn't understand a single thing I was saying because I just could not stop crying. So here's to round two. So just to quickly kind of explain why our uploading schedule has been pretty off lately, is just because we've had quite a rough couple of weeks. It started off probably about 3 weeks ago now, where my father had a complication with a surgery he had recently, and he had to go back into the hospital and do exploratory surgery where they found a tear in his stomach lining, and he was in the hospital for about 6 days. Jared and Anna both came down, we all took turns taking care of my dad, and then eventually they had to go home. And so it was just kind of left up to me and my mom to take care of my dad and the house and everything. And I was just exhausted and I didn't want to make any videos at the time, and so I wasn't, and Jared didn't want to make videos without me because it's our channel. So we just didn't make videos. Just at the beginning of this week, we lost another cat, and it was extremely hard for me. So this video is just kind of going to be a tribute video to him. He really was just an amazing cat, and you guys will see why here in a second. So, I mean, if you don't want to watch this sad video, I totally understand. It's a sad video, and I'll see you next week. So we got Link a couple of days after we put down Bailey. If you guys haven't seen that video, you can watch it. It's just another really sad video of us explaining how we lost our family cat. So Bailey died on March 23rd, and then we adopted Link from the shelter March 27th, my birthday. And he just immediately he was like my best friend. Like, we took him home and he just wanted to be held and just cuddled, and I mean, he loved attention, and he just particularly loved me. I mean, he was just like the funniest cat I've ever had. He definitely had his own personality. He just like, I mean, he did this funniest crap, like like, for example, every single morning he had to be held for 10 minutes before I could actually get ready for work. If I didn't hold him, he would force me to love him in some sort of way. Get ready for work right now. Are you stuck? You're just pulling down my pants because you can. Dude, I have to get ready for work. I'm already really late. I think you need help getting your claw loose. Oh no, my pants! He literally jumped on my back as I was leaning over to do my eyeliner. Oh my gosh, kitty. I'm sorry. Let me just get ready for work. You goof. So on Sunday, I believe it was like June 17th, we kind of noticed Watson actually was having issues. He was bleeding out of his pee hole, to put it that nicely, and we were kind of concerned about that, so we decided to take him to the animal hospital after work the next day, because our vet is always busy. So we took him to the animal hospital after work and got him checked out. Thankfully, Watson's fine, nothing's wrong with him. He just has a UTI, so he just has to be on antibiotics. And so I was like, good, you know, after everything that we have been through, I'm sorry, I really don't want to cry. After everything we've been through these last couple of weeks, I really don't think I could deal with losing my dog at this time. And then, lo and behold, the universe had a different idea for me and decided to hit me with like a freaking bullet, it feels like sometimes. So that night, we had gotten home and I went to bed early. I was very tired because I haven't been sleeping very much these last couple of weeks. So I was like, I'm just going to go to bed now, try to get as much sleep as I can. I'm just exhausted all the time. And so I went to bed, and then about an hour later, my mom comes into my room and she's like, Katie, we need the cat carrier? Where's the cat carrier? We can't find it. And I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? And she's like, we have to take Link to the emergency room. So I just like jump up and I help search, but we couldn't find it, so we had to put him in a basket, and then we rushed down to the hospital, and it was seriously the longest drive of my entire life. So we got to the hospital, and the vet took him into the back, and we waited for them to come back, and they came into our room, and they said, unfortunately, we don't have as good of news as we had earlier today, because they remembered Watson. And so they told us that he had 4 fractures in his pelvic area, as well as this big gash on his head. And they said it was consistent with injuries animals sustain when they are hit by a car. And so they said there's 2 options here. We can either send him to Vegas and they can do surgery, or we can euthanize him. And so I had to tell the vet that I didn't want him to be in pain anymore. And so we euthanized him. And it's been one of the hardest losses I've gone through in a long time. He was my best friend and my baby, and I mean, he wasn't with me for very long, but I felt like we were just, you know, almost like we were soulmates or something. I mean, we were very, very connected to one another. And I'm very, very sad. I guess all I can say right now is I love you, Link, very, very much, and I wish I could have protected you. And I wish that you were still here, bothering me and waking me up every single morning by bashing me in the face.